with a new Pokemon Presents. They showed a whole bunch of stuff for some other Pokemon related games, some new cafe mix stuff with Mewtwo in it now, and some Pokemon Unite stuff. But really wanted to talk about the latest things we have learned about Scarlet and Violet. So if in case you're wondering, you're weirded out, like, why am I not playing the sound? I don't want to get like copyright striked by YouTube. I'm already or like flagged by Nintendo, and they can be very sketch when it comes to the people re-showing their stuff. So I'm gonna just put the volume down and let's just talk about the stuff we've learned and our thoughts on it. It looks like, based on the story, we are a student going to some sort of special Pokemon school thing, and as you can see here, we learned that the two legendary dragons, they are basically our vehicles throughout the game, kind of like in Legends are. I mean, Pokemon games have had Pokemon for travel before, but they're an all-in-one motorcycle slash mountain climber slash plane slash boat, all in one, which makes me think that we're going to get them pretty early on in the game. I don't know if I like that or not. I do like the traversal, like having stuff to make traversal easier, though I don't necessarily think it needs to be something you get. Oh gosh, and we've triggered an ad. Great. But yes, the legendary Pokemon that we've seen so far seem to they might be good at combat too, but it seems like their primary purpose is to help us get around this. Oh my goodness, it's actually two sets. Okay. Two ads. Anyway, the game is open world, and I mean we've been told that it's open world, but to the extent that that's been revealed now is pretty cool. There are 3 major storylines, one of which is complete the 8 gyms and become the very best like no one ever was. And then there's 2 other storylines which they did not talk about. They're keeping them secret. You can do them in any order you want, and even the gyms you can complete in any order you want. Now, there was some stuff on Twitter where people were wondering, like, how does that work? And what happens, you can take on gyms in any order you want, but the difficulty doesn't scale. So whatever the hardest gym is always going to be the hardest gym, and then the easiest gym is the easiest. So technically you could take on the gyms in that progressive order in the game, the way that the game wants you to. But if you want to take on the hardest gym first, you are totally free to do that. And I think that's pretty sick. And there will be people that may want to like build a specialized team that's going to hit for weakness on that final gym and play it that way. And I think it's awesome that you get the choice to do that. Some other things we've learned from this. Yeah, we did learn that it's going to have multiplayer. There was a photo mode in there when you were taking selfies with your friends. It's got co-op. They're still kind of weird. Like, it doesn't say, it just said like you can enjoy the world and catch stuff together. It didn't necessarily say you could take on the story together. And it did have raids, and we're about to see the big thing. Oh, I can't remember. Terracizing? Yeah, the Pokemon turn into crystals. They turn into crystals. They have hats on. I'm not the biggest fan of the hats. I love the crystal effect, and I think it's really I think the mechanic is more interesting than some of the other mechanics that, like, the new gameplay gimmicks they've added in the past, whether like Mega Evolution, Z moves, Gigantamax. Like, I really hated Gigantamax because it was just Pokemon goes big and has more defense and power, but then the opponent goes big and they also are bigger, so it doesn't really change the game at all. It's just the graphics are different, but the combat is the same. But with the new the new crystal ability, not only do the Pokemon get a power boost, and this is any Pokemon, so even your level 1 Squirtle, I don't even know if Squirtle's in the game, your level 1 Pokemon can use this effect to get some sort of boost. I don't know if it's temporary or permanent. But on top of that, you can also change the energy type, or like the typing of the Pokemon. They specifically showed Pikachu turning into a flying Pikachu, which is then like a flying type Pokemon, and the possibilities that can occur by changing the typing of your Pokemon mid-match make for some really interesting dynamics, which could be really cool in battle. And I maybe it's not going to mean as much for me because I just play through the story mode, don't take on any of the side stuff, and I probably will at best scratch the surface of what that mechanic is. But in competitive play, that could be cool. And as a fan of the Pokemon trading card game, seeing Pokemon of different typings could be really interesting, which is actually kind of funny. The trading card game has had this mechanic in the past. They're called Delta Species. I've only learned about this today, but there were things like electric Charizards and metal Pikachus and stuff like that. So very curious to see if that just straight up comes back to the card game, or if they find another way to implement that gameplay mechanic. They also showed some of that new ice trainer here. He looks fabulous with with the scarf and that whole look. Love it. And the shy student classmate person. Very curious to see the game in full. But overall, like, having played Legends Arceus this year and absolutely loving it, I had told myself, like, I don't care about mainline Pokemon anymore if it doesn't play like Arceus. And not to say that Arceus was the best game ever. It had a lot of flaws, but I loved how open it felt and liberating, and just the idea of that sort of open world Pokemon game that I always wanted. It kind of felt like that. And I really hope they make more of those. But based on what I've seen of Scarlet and Violet, this game looks to fix a lot of the things that have irked me in the past with Pokemon games, and I'm very excited to try this out. Also, here's a look at, oh man, I think this is Penny, your shy classmate who doesn't show up to school very much. There it is. Yeah, sweet Eevee backpack. And this is Grusha, who is looks very cool as well. But yeah, I am very excited for Pokemon. Oh yeah, it's the Paldea region, I think is what they called it. What do you think about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and the updates we've seen so far? Oh, there's some other Pokemon too. Yeah, the Paldean Wooper. Some people have been really liking this new look. This is my favorite. Of course, it's this one, right? The Fido. It's the doughy Pokemon, and then yeah, this horrifying monstrosity. But Fido all the way. All right, yeah. Scarlet and Violet, based on everything you've seen so far, are you excited for it? Are you picking it up? Are you amped up that they're going back to a more refined version of the old style of game, or are you sad that it's not Arceus 2? Yeah, let me know in the chat or in the comments of what you think.